had planned on continuing with the Daugherty case, and look, I will do those videos either later if I can, or I shall finish these pre-messages tomorrow. But today we're going to be discussing 20-month-old Quinton Simon. Now look, this is a case that I didn't get massively involved in. There were still some people who were doing a fantastic job of covering it and bringing all of the information. Shogun, you've got Tent of Life, Grizzly. There's some brilliant creators out there who were doing a far better job than I could, because I just get a little bit frustrated at things like this, and sometimes it's hard to stay sort of level-headed with it. Someone had emailed me, and I think they shared my thoughts, and it was that this little boy was likely to be found where he was, or seems to be found, and that is at LANDFILL. It hasn't been, as of recording this, we haven't been told by media, but the account of the grandmother has indeed gone onto social media and said what's happened. Now look, this is now going to be the aftermath, and this is going to be the arguing of who knew what happened and so on and so forth. And early stages would say that Mum, who is prime suspect, is turning around and saying that she's got no recollection of it. She had nothing. But we know that that's bollocks, because she is the person who told her boyfriend, Danny, to contact the babysitter and tell her not to come. So, do you know what? Even though that is not likely to hold up in court, I must admit, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court. And we know, as normal, this reasonable doubt. So it's going to be about finding out exactly what happened and proving that, so that this person does not walk. Now, this has got some very, very similar feels to it than some of the cases that we've seen recently, the Staunch case. And, it's what is happening to this world? Do you know what I mean? What is going on where this is happening far, far too frequently? And I wonder why it's happening. Do you know what I mean? Is it that people just can't cope? Is it that people are suffering so bad financially that they feel in their warped, fucked up minds that they have to pick to take the life of their child over footing the bill for them? I don't get it. What are the motivators in these crimes? It's happening too much. In the UK, we had the star Hobson, Arthur Lambino Hughes. There was an undercover operation ran by a newspaper, and they found that there was 60 children who had been handed back to families who would eventually go on to kill their children. And, this in the States, we're seeing Oakley Carlson, who vanished off the planet. We're looking at, Harmony Montgomery. We're looking at Summer Wells. We're looking at, we're looking at so many children, and I can't, if I was to list them all, this video would be endless. And that's the sad thing, isn't it? But something's happening, and things have got to change. Now, if that is not a sign that there does have to be accountability, someone does have to be held responsible, just to send a message out to people that this is not right. And this ain't about victim blaming, before all you motherfuckers start going about blaming parents when they're wrong, when they're the victims and stuff. There is one victim when there is a child who dies, and that is the child. And we are warned, we are told countless times that statistically, I said it in my only other video that I've done on this case, statistics tell us that the parents are the ones who are involved. Parents, close family members, guardians, they are the people. And it just seems to be that if they've got money, they can walk. If they're clever enough, they'll walk. But it ain't good enough. There has got to be consistency in punishment, and the law that dictates that if you have a child, you are responsible. As a guardian, you are responsible, and if something happens, you will be held accountable. This needs to happen because this needs to stop. This cannot continue. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me down below. Tell me I'm wrong, I dare you.